And we welcome you to the south side of Chicago and Rate Field. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Chicago Cubs going up against the Chicago White Sox. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. Well, Siggy, today we get the pleasure of seeing one of the hottest bats in baseball. His consistency at the plate has been remarkable.
Yeah, Boog, one of the toughest outs in the league right now. Sit back and relax because this guy's about to put on a show.
First pitch coming your way next. And today's starting pitcher, Anthony Kay. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch to contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boog, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that, keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They could move through a ball game and you look up. They're line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
The 1-0.
That's a ball.
Kay measures 6 feet even, 31 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2016. And Ian swings through it. Right through there for a strike. Line drive, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Into second safely. It's a leadoff double to start the game.
He was all over that one. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Alex Bregman. And that's downstairs. And that's ball 1. Man at second. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. On the ground to third. Throws to first in time. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Ian Happ.
He's one of the better home run hitters in the league this year. In fact, in the top 5 in homers in the National Leagues. Not missing many pitches. And I tell you what, when he gets his pitch, it goes a long way. Make sure you don't sleep on this guy if you're the pitcher.
Michael Busch swings through it for strike 1. Swing and he popped it up. 2 away now.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Seiya Suzuki.
At the plate, Seiya Suzuki. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Here comes the throw, but it's offline, and it's 1-0.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. Kelly wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball. barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. Still 2 challenges left for them. The lefty, the 1-0. That one fouled off. And now it's 1-2.
That's a ball.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Ripped on the ground to second, to first, and that ends the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's an early 1-0 lead. This is the Crosstown Classic on MLB The Show. Back at right field. And on the hill for the Cubs, Justin Steele. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this. He's got good enough stuff to overcome and get it done on the road as well as at home. So we'll see what he's able to do in this one.
Andrew Benintendi, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1.
Ball.
Swing and a foul out of play. Here's a 2-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. Time to check out the lineup for the White Sox. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Munetaka Murakami.
Really an essential part of this lineup. Top 5 in slugging in the American League right now. He's putting up some pretty big power numbers, and when you can get that kind of production out of a player like this, tell you what, it's only going to make the team better as a whole.
Stepping in, Munetaka Murakami.
Ball. That's high.
Murakami recently earned Rookie of the Month honors. That one way inside.
Hee-haw.
And the 2-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
2 down, nobody on. That's the third.
That's foul.
And foul ball.
Looks really sharp at the start of this one. This is how it's going to be today. It's going to be a tough one for this lineup.
That's a ball.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start. Chi Sox held in check here, and it remains 1-0. The Windy City showdown continues now. Swanson digs in. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And he starts off the second with a double.
So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence.
Digging in, Matt Shaw.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
In the zone for a strike. That was the sweeper. Man at second. And that's in for a strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
The 0-2 stays alive. In the air to left center. Benintendi settles underneath it, takes it in for the out.
Batting 8th, right fielder, number 17.
So now with 1 away and a man at second. Now it's the right fielder. Splits the plate. Strike 1.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Now Lee
Nope,
has some
ball.
trouble with it. Runner holds. Count goes to 2-1. 1 out and a runner at second here in the second game of the series. Swings through that one for strike 2. Three, 2
Ball,
now.
low.
Hard hit left side. They put the tag on him, and that's out number 2.
Batting 9th, second baseman,
Nico Horner will come up to hit. This is a guy that they are counting on to deliver, and early on this season, it's been a struggle. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Bottom line, his resume says he's a good hitter, just has not gotten off to a very good start. And you got to figure regress to the mean, water finds its level, all those sayings, that he will end up having a good year. Man on second, 2 down. Foul ball, still 0-2. Now a pop-up on the infield. Acuna. And that's the 3rd out. Cubs lead 1. They lead it 1-0. Back here on the south side, here's the White Sox DH, Brooks Baldwin. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. Here comes the 0-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Popped up. Swanson makes the call and the grab.
Batting 5th, center fielder, Jared Kelnick.
Here's Jared Kelnick. That misses.
Nope, ball.
Ball one.
Ball. Hee-haw!
Outside with a breaking ball.
Clearly didn't come out of his hand the right way. Left that curveball way up.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Three-two. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna. On the ground to the left. In time to push, and that is that. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. New inning getting started. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Ian Happ. It feels like we might be headed towards a rain delay if the weather doesn't ease up, Chris.
Yeah, the umpiring crew are going to pay attention to how the weather is impacting this game. And the moment it becomes dangerous, I think, is the moment we'll be forced to take a break.
It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges.
Two.
And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. They'll keep both their challenges.
Looks like
That's
he's
the
being a
ball.
little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Swing and a miss. And the count now even up.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Battling here as he fouls it away. The 2-2. Happ lays
That's
off.
in. Ball.
That one misses.
Ball four.
So
Take
a
your base.
leadoff walk.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Now it's Alex Bregman. He's 0 for 1.
Ha!
Happ gets his lead at first with nobody out.
Really
that
good take,
missed.
especially with 2 strikes.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. One out man at first. Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. 0 for 1 so far. Swing and a miss as he was late. swings through the sweeper.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
Just
Ball
misses
outside.
the mark outside the zone.
Ball.
Just
Ball.
off the inside edge. Step off throw to first. It's low and gets away. And he's got no chance. He's out. Two down, nobody on. And that one hit to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Cubs are down quietly, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Here on the south side as we go to the last of the third. Dustin Harris steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Right now, behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes, no free passes. You can't allow that.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Derek Hill, the next to hit.
Not getting the results he's wanted at the plate recently. Just 1 hit in his last 5 games.
And that one fouled off. The 0-1. Late with the swing there.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, that's such a critical pitch in terms of execution right there. The pitcher has to finish it. Otherwise, probably gets hit pretty hard. If you leave that out over the plate or you don't get it down enough, quickly turns into something that gets smoked. But if you can place it where he did, it's a really deceptive pitch.
Here's Corey Lee. Step off, throw to first.
Hey,
Harris back in on a dive.
Hard one.
And now the 0-1. Man at first, one away. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Runner on the go. Pitch misses.
No, that
in.
missed. That's a ball.
And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Man at second. This to third. Bregman handles. Slings to first in time.
Up next for the White Sox, left fielder Andrew.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup. Benintendi gets a chance to hit here. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Checks his swing. Now an appeal to third. No swing. Just held it back there. Man on second, 2 down. Runner takes off for third. That's in for a strike. Throw to third, and he's in there easily. And the tying run is now only 90 feet away.
Very risky right there to try to steal third with 2 outs and a left-hander at the plate. And there's an open lane for that catcher to throw down. But he gambled. Now he's at third, 90 feet closer. Perhaps a ball in the dirt that gets away from the catcher, and they pick up a run.
That one is absolutely belted. Diving, makes the grab. What a play.
One of the most fun and exciting things you can do as an outfielder. You lay out, you make a diving catch, and you end the inning. That gets the team fired up in the dugout.
The Windy City Showdown continues now. Now the Cubs 4-hole hitter, Seiya Suzuki. Sliced hard but foul.
You know, these Cubs doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
In the air out towards right center. Hill gets under it, and there's 1 down.
Like I said, his pitch count is high, so I got to expect they'll be turning to their bullpen sooner than they had hoped.
Carson Kelly, the next Cub to hit. Grounded out his first time. There's a swing and a drive. That one opts against the fence. Into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now.
Up next for the Cubs.
Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
One out, runner at second. And now it's Dansby Swanson. Doubled his first time up.
Ball.
One out, and a runner at second. Top half of inning number 4.
That's the ball.
That one found hard the other way. Man at second. Just missed.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
3-1 is on the way. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Payoff pitch. There's a line drive to left field. 2 down.
Up next for the Cubs. Center fielder.
And up next for Chicago, Matt Shaw. Fly to left his first time. This one in the air, center field. Kelman under it, and that is that. A double in the inning, but they leave him stranded. And midway in the 4th, it's the Cubs 1 and the White Sox nothing. This is the Crosstown Classic on MLB The Show. Back at right field, Munetaka Murakami stepping in. You look at where his OPS ranks in the league and think this man's just out here breaking calculators, Siggy.
Yeah, it's like he's got cheat codes. Walks, bombs, doubles. He's doing it all.
Tap foul at the plate. foul ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Up next for the White Sox, the shortstop.
Let's take a look at his pitch usage in this one, Siggy.
Well, he's known for that four-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in it. Hasn't given up any runs yet, so we might as well stick to the plan.
Montgomery,
Yeehaw!
batting with one down, takes a strike.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Yeah, the lefty with the 0-1.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment.
That's a ball.
Now
That's
he's just gonna
down.
have to battle with 2 strikes.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. Pretty close, but it was a ball. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. On the ground, out to short. Fires in
Get out of
time.
there.
Up next for the White Sox, designated hitter.
Brooks Baldwin steps to the plate for the White Sox.
No, ball.
Swings and lines a base hit into left field. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the White Sox.
Nice line drive to the post side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Jared Kelnick now. Tying run is at first. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Fouled off left side. Rolled slowly to first. Bush takes it to the bag, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. The White Sox leave 1, still behind by a count of 1-0. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. First sign of movement in the White Sox bullpen. Sean Newcomb preparing to come on if needed. Vassell also throwing. 0-1 down. Hit hard on the ground to short. Throw to first in time. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Second baseman, Nico Horner.
Here's Nico Horner. He's 0 for 1. Pretty good job on the mound in this one, Siggy. It feels like we've seen a lot of off-balance swings.
Yeah, with just 1 free pass, and obviously he's not a big strikeout guy, but he gets soft contact and he gets outs.
Horner working through some struggles lately.
Ball. That's
yeah, they said
outside.
baseball is a game of failure, and that's true even for longtime major leaguers. Sometimes you'll have tough stretches just like this, but he's an experienced vet. He'll probably right the ship soon.
Got him looking. 2 gone now.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Hat in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. It really feels like we might be running out of time before a rain delay is called. This rain is not letting up.
Yeah, and if we do get a delay,
he takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, but they lead it 1-0. Back here on the south side, bottom of the inning, Luis Angel Acuna steps to the plate for the White Sox.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to take.
Acuna wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge, and the strike call will stand. Still 1 challenge left for them. The 0-1. And that one fouled off.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Well, he's been racking up the strikeouts, and what's so impressive, not walking anyone. I mean, this guy's just going right after hitters, filling up the strike zone, and it looks like hitters, they're trying to think with him, but they just are a pitch behind. Dominating stuff out there on the mound.
Dustin Harris digs in now. 1 for 1 with a single so far. First pitch doesn't find the zone. The White Sox trailing by a run, last half of inning number 5. He hauls it in, 2 away.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Hill in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Breaking ball, and that got him.
Take your base.
Up next for the White Sox.
And at first, Corey Lee now at the plate.
Ball.
And that one is lifted in the air. Shaw under this one. And the inning is over. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. It's the Cubs 1 and the White Sox nothing. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Now, here is
Leading off
Alex
for the Cubs,
Bregman.
Third baseman, Alex Bregman.
No question question about this one. It's out of here. Alex Bregman sends it out. His 7th home run of the season. And they add to their lead. It's 2-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Now the White Sox manager is out of the dugout and will make a move to the pen. Anthony Kay won't go any further. Just never found his groove. Wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on. Back in a moment.
Now pitching for the
New
White
pitcher
Sox.
for the White Sox,
Number
Sean
15.
Newcomb.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And next for the Cubs, Michael Busch. Foul ball there.
You know, these Cubs, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
Stays alive.
Part of the order
That's a
coming
ball.
through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're in the top half of the 6th. That one almost got him. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And that's an 8-pitch walk.
Take your base.
He really made the pitcher work for that one.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
And now the DH, Seiya Suzuki. This one in the air, center field. Kelman settles under this one. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Cubs, catcher Carson Kelly.
1 out man at first. And now Carson Kelly, 1 for 2.
Ball.
Action in the pen down there. Ryan Barucki, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Hicks, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Next offering is fouled back. One now. And a foul ball. The 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And that one almost hit him. That's off
Ball.
the inside corner. Ball 3. And he walked him. And he represents the tying run on base after that hard-fought walk. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Sean Newcomb gives way, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for the
White Sox going with a new arm, number 63.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than one hit per inning pitch so far this season.
First and second, one out. Dansby Swanson, the next Cub to hit. That one ripped, but foul. Hit on the ground to short. Flips it. There's one. On to first.
Hey, he's in there.
So they get one, but a really nice try there.
Well, it's great hustle out of the box to get down the line, knowing that a double play will end the inning. Good job at the finish, reaching out for the bag. Now they got runners on the corners and still an opportunity to pick up some runs.
Shaw in the box now. Takes strike one. Fouled off down the right side. Bush at third. Swanson on at first with two down. Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
That's low. That's a ball.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Huge strikeout there. Cubs tack on another with a solo jack. And it's 2-zip. This is the Crosstown Classic on MLB The Show. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year.
Andrew Benintendi.
You know, these White Sox, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
The 0-2. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Way back there. Gone! It's his 8th home run of the year, and they're on the board. It's 2-1.
He's bringing the thunder in a rainstorm. How in the world did he manage to hit that pitch out? I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Munetaka Murakami steps to the plate for the White Sox. In for a strike, 0-1.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Now the 0-1. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. It's going to really have to bear down. Oh,
That's
no,
a ball.
You take that one after the called strike on the corner, just a little bit off the edge.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 8.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
Wood.
Next to hit, Colson Montgomery. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider.
No, that missed. That's
but
a
they've
ball.
not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Got him swinging. That's out number 2.
Well, I think he was waiting on the changeup right there, and he got it. It just drifted too far in on him. I think that pitch is just a little more out over the plate. Probably squares it up, but instead, he's going to have to go take a seat.
Next is the designated hitter, Brooks Baldwin. Misses
That's a
just
ball.
off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Two balls, no
that's
strikes
out.
to count. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. And there's a foul ball. Two one down. Tied him up inside with that one.
Just an outstanding job of spinning the baseball, moving it around, doing what he does.
He goes down looking. White Sox draw a bit closer thanks to this home run. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. Here on the south side, top of inning number 7. Number 17. Council going with a pinch hitter here, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Man, it must be nice to pull a superstar off your bench, huh?
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And a good start to the inning.
Up next for the Cubs.
Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
So here's Horner now. Quick move to first. Crow Armstrong back on a dive. That one fouled off. Crow Armstrong gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And he swings through that one. In the air, right field. Hill on his way over. He makes the grab.
Up next for the Cubs, left fielder Ian Happ.
Back to the top of the order now. Ian Happ up to hit.
Yeah.
1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. Fastball
Right
for a strike. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
That's down. That's a ball.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. Brings it in.
Up next for the Cubs, third baseman Alex Bregman.
Bregman,
Ball.
the next to hit, takes ball one.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter.
Runner on the go.
That
Pitch
missed. That's the
misses.
ball.
Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, it really doesn't matter what the situation is. When a guy like this gets on first, you know he's going to steal second at some point during the at-bat. Nice job to get in the scoring position. The defense probably knew it was coming, but they just couldn't do anything to stop it.
Man on second, 2 down. And another ball. Michael Bush waiting to hit for the Cubs. That one catches the zone, and that is strike one. And ball
Take your
four,
base.
2 aboard.
Up next for the Cubs, first baseman Michael Bush.
Michael Bush, the next Cub to hit.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting under pressure this year.
Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. Cubs strand a couple, but they still lead it 2-1.
Now pitching for the Cubs.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Caleb Thielbar.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
And leading
Well,
off for the
one-run game. Jared Kellner steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Helmet.
High fly ball down the left field line. And
That's
that's
a
a foul
foul.
ball. On the ground, right side. Slings to first in time.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
So up next for Chicago, Luis Angel Acuna.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
The Cubs bullpen with some action. Hunter Harvey up and loosening in the pen. Maton also getting ready. Looking to get the tying run on base. Acuna thought that one missed, and here comes the challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they get to hang on to their second challenge.
Nope, ball.
White Sox down a run here at the bottom of the 7th. And fouled off. This one popped up. Corner moving under this one. And there are 2 down.
Up next for the White Sox, third baseman
Dustin Harris will hit next.
A little surprised we don't see a pinch hitter here with the lefty-lefty matchup.
And that one fouled off. Up the middle. Corner. Gets it to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. It's the Cubs 2 and the White Sox 1.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
White Sox,
back, and a new arm on the mound to start the
49.
8th. Jordan Leisure.
And he's had a really hard time throwing strikes so far this season. His walk rate is up there among the worst in the league for relievers.
Drilled in the air out towards right center. Kelnick grabs it on the run. One pitch and one out.
They trust him in center field because he's capable of making plays on the run, and we saw it right there. That's a player you want patrolling center field. Someone who can attack the ball off the bat.
Kelly
Down,
at the
ball.
plate now. That's ball 1. Movement for the White Sox in their bullpen. Jordan Hicks, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Dominguez getting loose as well. And the 1-0. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Struck him out looking. And he'll challenge that called strike. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep their remaining challenge. The 2-2. Now fly ball to right center. Kelnick on the move. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Cubs, shortstop
Dansby Swanson stands in. 1 for 3. And the first
That's
pitch
in.
misses
Ball.
for ball 1. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Two down, nobody on. Ripped, and he can't glove it. It's by him.
Up next for the Cubs, center fielder
Matt Shaw, the next Cub to hit. 0 for 3 in this one.
Hee-ha!
Here's your 1. Oh, and he hit him.
He's hit.
Up next for the Cubs, right
First and second, 2 outs. Pete Crow Armstrong digs in now. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up. Inside, backs him off again.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. That one lifted to left. Benintendi turns to the right on the move. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Cubs strand a couple as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead.
Now pitching for the
Back
Cubs,
now, new pitcher on the
number
mound as we
45,
roll into the bottom of the 8th. Hunter Harvey.
He's throwing the ball very well overall this season. He's been really tough to get to. You see that ERA, and that's where you love to be.
Well, 1-run game. Leading off, Derek Hill.
right fielder, Derek Hill.
The 1-0. Cut on and missed 96 with that fastball.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Way out front for strike 2. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Daniel Palencia, the closer, is getting ready and perhaps looking at a long save opportunity here. Misses outside.
Nope, ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
That's a really good take.
Got him looking for the strikeout.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down 1. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
So up next, Corey Lee. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Swing and a foul out of play.
Ball up.
The Cubbies holding on to a 1-run lead here the bottom half of the 8th inning. A little out front there as he swings through it.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Coming out of the bullpen throwing beatings.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Benintendi to the plate. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a foul straight back. The 0-1. Swing and a broken bat.
That's a
roller
foul
towards
ball.
third, and it goes just foul. Swings through it for the K, and he strikes out the side in the 8th. It's the Cubs 2 and the White Sox 1.
Now pitching for the
We're
White
back.
Sox.
It's the top of the 9th,
Number
and there's a new
58.
pitcher on the mound, Seranthony Dominguez.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
Stepping in, Nico Horner.
Second baseman, Nico Horner.
Activity in the pen for the White Sox. Mike Vassell getting loose out there. The 1-0.
No, that's it. Here, what?
Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
And the sweeper is off the plate. Got him looking. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
Yeah!
He'll challenge. Thought that was a ball.
Now, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. So they get to hang on to their second challenge.
Wow,
Ball.
triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Hee-haw!
One-run game here in the top of the ninth. That one in triple digits.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
2-2. Goes down looking. Two outs, base is empty. Here's Alex Bregman. He's already homered here in this one.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the ninth, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
And that skips into dirt. On a line out towards center. That's a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Up next for the Cubs, first baseman
Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. Almost got him.
That's the ball.
Bregman leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
Oh, yeah.
Knee high, that's in for a strike. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Third out. One left for the Cubs. They lead it 2-1.
Now pitching for the Cubs.
Welcome back, and
Number
here comes the
48,
closer,
Daniel
Daniel Palencia.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Digging in, Munetaka Murakami, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. That misses the zone. Ball 1. And another
That's the ball.
Well, an interesting situation. One swing you can tie up the ball game, but if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
Fastball for a strike. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
It's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
1-run game, bottom 9. Fly ball down the line. And that one is foul, so we'll try it again. Here's a 2-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. And he's gone for the 4th time tonight.
Well, the first batter, it's always a big one for the closer. I mean, you get that punch out, you get settled in, you feel like you're in command out there on the mound from the jump, and kind of prevents any doubt from creeping into your mind or the fielders that are playing behind you that, you know, you're going to wrap this thing up.
Montgomery now at the plate as he swings through strike 1.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
That misses the zone. Ball 1. Fastball is outside. The Cubs trying to close out a one-run lead. And the home team trying to pull it out. Swings through that one out in front that time. And it's filled up.
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
Brooks Baldwin up next for the White Sox. And a payoff pitch. Fights it off. You'll see another. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. One down, base is empty here in the ninth. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Three-two on the way. Up and in, ball four. And after that long battle, he's aboard representing the tying run. So now it's the four-hole hitter, Brooks Baldwin.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
That misses the zone. Ball one. Right through there for a strike. And that is out of play. The White Sox with the tying run on at first here in the last half of inning number 9. Swings and misses, struck him out. White Sox down to their final out.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. With all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate, so very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Kelnick jumps out of the way of ball one.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
Next offering misses. 2 balls, no strikes. And another ball. Luis Angel Acuna in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. That pitch clips the outside corner. That's strike one.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball
that's ball
down
4.
enough
Runner take your
where
base.
you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, guys aren't touched it.
Big spot here, bottom of the 9th, down to their final out, and now Luis Angel Acuna.
Well, Boog, here's someone we've been hyping up. One of the hottest bats in the league, but today, nada.
This one in the air, center field. Shaw under it. He's got it. Ball game. And the Cubs take the first 2 games of this series on the road.
Well, all you want is a chance going in that final frame. They got some base runners, had the tying run at second, the winning run at first, just couldn't come through with the big hit. On the other side, nice job to battle through it, close out the win.
And your final score here today, 2-1. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Chambi saying so long from the south side of Chicago.